What's up, YouTube? It's Nemo, and I am back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going through the Chipotle Nationals bracket, and we're going to be picking who I believe is going to win each game up into the championships. Starting with the first game, we have Wasatch and Link. Now, if you don't know what Chipotle Nationals is a high school national basketball tournament. It was formerly known as Dick's Nationals. It was Geico Nationals recently, and now it is Chipotle Nationals. Now, in the first game between Link and Wasatch, I have Link coming out and getting the win. Now, Link is the lower seed. They're the 10th seed. Wasatch is the 7th seed. But honestly, I don't know why they decided to give Link a lower seed. Link only has 3 losses on the season. Those losses consist of a loss to Brewster, a loss to Dream City, and a loss to the current number 2 team in the country, AZ Compass Prep. Other than that, their record doesn't have a blemish, whereas Wasatch has lost 6 games. Link also beat Wasatch early on in the season back in November, 70-66. So they won that game by 4 points. Close game, getting down to the nitty-gritty. Link finds a way to pull it out in the first play-in game of Chipotle Nationals and gets the win. So the next game we have is the 8 and 9 game against Archbishop Stepanak and Spire. And this game really, I feel like, deserves to be an 8 and 9 game. It's really a toss-up. I really can't tell which way I'm pulling for real. I think Archbishop Stepanak has a huge advantage with their size, having the Ratcliffe brothers, 2 7-footers. They can play alongside each other. I feel like that's going to be hard for any high school team to be able to compete with. But we also have Spire, who's a team that's, for a good portion of the season, was the number 1 team in the country. I think Spire doesn't have a guy that's 7 foot, but I think their overall size will be able to compete with Archbishop Stepanak. And they also have arguably the greatest high school coach in high school basketball history in Kevin Boyle. So I believe Spire finds a way to pull it out. They're going to need a big game from Aiden Durkak. They're going to need a big game for Terrace Bowie. And King Gibson's going to do King Gibson's things. And I believe they'll find a way to pull that out and end up getting a win. The next game we have is the 4-5 game against Prolific Prep and Montverde. And I came into the season a big Prolific Prep fan. I was a big fan of Nas Anderson's game. And so when I first saw this, I was like Prolific Prep all the way. Then as I really started to analyze the matchup, I started to look at different factors. Statistically, the guy that I'm a fan of, Nas Anderson, in the grind session this year, the grind session is the conference that Prolific Prep plays in, Nas Anderson shot 43% from the free throw line as a point guard. That's horrible. I know you don't have to tell me. He also shot an abysmal 14% from the three-point line. Now, we're going to go back earlier this month, college basketball. I went to the ACC tournament and I watched Duke play against Florida State. Florida State was able to put their center on Caden Boozer, and their center literally sat in the paint on defense, which killed our offense because Duke really played bully ball this year because Caden Boozer couldn't hit a shot. Caden Boozer ended up ultimately shooting, I believe, 0 for 5 that game from 3, and his confidence was non-existent. I think if Montverde can find a way to force Nas Anderson to shoot the 3 ball, I believe it gives Montverde a tremendous advantage in this game. I believe if Montverde wants to win as well, Derek Daniels has to have a huge impact on this game. Can and probably will bully Davion Atkins down low for Prolific Prep and get him in quick early foul trouble. And so I believe if Montverde can find a way to force Prolific Prep into taking shots they don't want to take, and to having Nas Anderson shoot the 3 ball, even shoot the pull-up mid-range. Watching his game this year, I believe if he's not getting to the rim, scoring the ball, he's not effective. So if they can find a way to get him to shoot jumpers, I think Montverde wins this game. If not, I think it's Philippi's game. The next game we have up is Bella Vista and Paul the Six. Now, this entire season, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like Bella Vista has been the best team in high school basketball. I believe that they have arguably the best point guard in high school basketball, Miles Sadler. They have a tremendous big in Paul Asarui, and just overall, they look like a great team. Then you have Paul the Six. Paul the Six is a solid squad led by Jordan Smith Jr., the number 2 player in the class. He also has some key pieces on that Paul the Six team. With their lack of size, I genuinely believe that Bella Vista may run away with this. I don't think Jordan Smith's going to be able to put the team on his back and lead them to victory. I don't think Matthew Menya is going to be able to guard Paul Asarui. It's going to be hard. The only way Paul the Six even competes in this game is if they out-hustle Bella Vista from the tip. But if they don't, I believe this could possibly and very well be a flood for Bella Vista. The next game we have up is AZ Compass Prep versus Spire. 2 EYBL Scholastic teams. I genuinely believe AZ Compass wins this game. AZ Compass they have to come out with the energy that they've been having all season. They get after it defensively. The house twins are super gritty, can get a bucket. Then you got DeMarcus Henry, who's a smooth lefty, can get to his spots, can create for others. I just don't think Spire has what it takes to be able to take down this AZ Compass Prep team. Even with Kevin Boyle at the helm, I feel like the game will be real gritty. It may get real ugly, but ultimately I believe AZ Compass Prep pulls it out. Next we have Dynamic Prep and Link. Now, in my opinion, other than Bella Vista, I haven't seen a team this year better than Dynamic Prep. In my opinion, Dynamic Prep to me has looked dominant all year. And I don't think that domination stops with Link. I believe Dynamic Prep cruises in this game to ultimately end up facing Bella Vista in the semifinals. For the first semifinal game, we have Montverde versus AZ Compass Prep. I think Montverde is a team that really gets after it defensively. They're a solid offensive team. They have a decent amount of shooters, a good big man in Derek Daniels. But ultimately, I just don't think they will be able to overcome the star power that AZ Compass has on their side. AZ Compass has, like I mentioned before, they have the house twins that I believe are 2 of the best two-way players that we've seen in the last 5 years. They have DeMarcus Henry, who is on his way to being a 5-star guy. Real crafty with the ball, can create offense, can get others involved. Just a really solid player overall. And they just have a bunch of key pieces that know how to play well together. And I just think there'll be too much for Montverde to handle. And ultimately, AZ Compass will end up in the championship. The next semifinal game we have is Dynamic Prep and Bella Vista. And in my opinion, these are 2 of the best teams in the country. The top 2 teams. And I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be a good game. Bella Vista, once again, really good team, led with a lot of Canadian guys. Dynamic Prep, they got Austin Gooseby, McDonald's All-American. They got Dakari Spear, 7 Spurlock, number 1 player in the class of 2027, Marcus Spears Jr. And earlier this season, they ran into each other. Dynamic Prep played against Bella Vista, and they lost by 4 points. Dynamic Prep lost 65-61. And I honestly believe that's the last loss they took, both in high school competition and playing the OTE, because if you didn't know, Dynamic Prep was phased in the OTE, and that's why they was able to run through the OTE the way that they did. Now, I think Dynamic Prep overcomes the last loss, the regular season loss, and they end up taking this in the semifinals, making the finals. AZ Compass Prep versus Dynamic. This finals game, I feel like if we are able to see an AZ Compass and Dynamic Prep Chipotle Nationals finals, it'll be a gift to watch. two teams, both defensively gifted, gritty, really get after it, but also both teams have players that can score the ball and can fill it up. And so I believe it will be an absolute show to watch. One of the most fun Chipotle Nationals games we've seen in a long time. Unlike last year when Columbus stumped Dynamic Prep. But I think Dynamic Prep overcomes last year's loss and they pull it out against AZ Compass Prep, ultimately being the 2026 Chipotle Nationals champion. Now, I want to hear y'all thoughts. Tell me who y'all think will win Chipotle Nationals this year. Y'all heard my opinion. Tell me where y'all think I went wrong. Tell me where I might have changed y'all thought process. And if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you share the video with your friends. And until next time, I'm out.